Hello and good afternoon to all. I would like to welcome everyone to our first ever Minor Fest celebration. Some of you here may know my face, but for those that do not, my name is Brianna McManus, and I'm the College Administrator to the Dean here at the College of Arts and Sciences. So we have a fantastic lineup of minor programs, and I'm super excited for you all to listen and hopefully be inspired to pick up one of these courses as a wonderful addition to your degree plan. Students who are just now joining us, as I mentioned earlier, feel free to let us know what your current degree path is and the minor that you are most interested in learning about today. While you guys go ahead and keep the chat busy, just keep in mind during the presentation, feel free to also drop any questions you may have into the chat below, and they will be discussed at the very end during our live Q&A session. With that, I would like to welcome our Dean, Dr. Alexander Zietschlag, and afterwards, Dr. Deborah Bordeaux, the Associate Dean for Student Success in Academics, for brief opening messages.
Wonderful, thank you. Wonderful, thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Brianna and Deborah, for organizing that. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Dear colleagues, thank you for giving of your time to be here as well. And this is exciting. This is a first for us. So this is great. Minors are, undergraduate minors are very important, and they can serve a variety of purposes. I would just like to point out two of those to you. So I am Alexander Zietschlag. I'm the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. My career is in security studies, security research, human security. Before I came to the United States 10 years ago or so, I was a full professor and department chair and whatnot at Sigmund Freud University in Vienna. And there is a reason I am telling you that, because I took two minors back in the old days. And so my major is in political science, but I selected two minors, and one of those was sociology and the other was psychology. And that was promised by advising and career services at that time and everybody. That was an excellent choice if I wanted to prepare myself for lifelong unemployment. But I believed in the market value of those two minors, and I also was intellectually curious in them, so I persisted. And then when I already was a full professor, and then when I negotiated or when I started the conversation with Sigmund Freud University, and obviously you remember Sigmund Freud, I say now security research and this and that, and they hadn't seen my CV yet, but we need a hook, it's somehow something, something psychology related. I said, yeah, I actually have a psychology minor from the University of Munich, which was and I was at a department there that was leading and the development in psychodiagnosis and other things. So, and say, oh, wonderful, that's what we were looking for. So that helped me land that job. So it can be a career builder. And even if you don't use it, I hadn't used that minor, professionally for, I won't tell you my age, but for a number of years. I think it became relevant after 15 years. So this is a long-term investment. Think of your minors as a long-term investment. So it can be a career builder. And number two, it can also prepare you for graduate studies, because even, obviously with the graduate program, you become an expert in the field, but in the workforce, also in the academic workforce, or if you want to become a researcher in a think tank, but also obviously in the whatever the mission space is that your degree prepares you for in terms of professional careers. Multidisciplinarity, and to be able to appreciate information from different angles, and also to work, in heterogeneous teams that combine different expertise, and to understand also other fields than your major expertise and field of training. That is becoming so relevant, and therefore a good configuration of minors in combination with your major also is a wonderful step to prepare yourself for subsequent career success in an actual profession. So I'm excited. You're going to learn a lot of our minors. We have over a dozen, and thank you so much for organizing that. Thank you for attending. Obviously, the minors are all offered online, asynchronous online, very convenient. But Deborah will really kick it off. So I'm excited. And then please, Deborah, please take it away. And thanks, Brianna, for kicking that off for us.
Hi, I'm Deborah Bordeaux. I'm Associate Dean for Student Success and Academics here in the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm very excited to introduce our minors to you because I think they really reflect the disciplinary diversity in the College of Arts and Sciences. And to really build upon what our dean was talking about, you can really select a minor for a number of different reasons. They can complement your major. It can show that you've, strategically thought about your major and how to apply it by picking an area that kind of really hones in or specializes. Another thing that a minor can do is show a new side of yourself that maybe isn't reflected in your program courses. So something completely different. But either way, a minor can help you stand out, as we learned from our dean's personal example there. And I'm excited to have all of our chairs here talk about the minors and their under their purview, and maybe you can find one that fits you.
All righty, thank you so much, Dr. Zietschlag and Dr. Bordeaux. All right, let's get the celebration started. So first up, Dr. Alex Reister for the communication minor.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Brianna, and thank you all for being here with us today for our first ever Minor Fest. So Worldwide's Minor in Communication is going to be a really great complement to any degree program because we know communication is such a valuable skill. It's really important, of course, in our day-to-day lives, but also in the workplace and in graduate studies. Let me tell you just a little bit about our communication minor at Embry-Riddle. So it's unique because our courses really infuse, just true to that Embry-Riddle brand. We are infusing science and technology with those fundamentals that you need of effective communication. So writing, presenting, visual communication, new media, digital communication, and even nonverbal communication, which was really exciting. And so you only need 15 credits to earn your minor in communication. And you can see on your screen here that blend of communication with science and tech can be seen in some of these course options for the minor, like aviation and aerospace communication, environmental communication, even our tech report writing course. And you can also see from this slide, there's a lot of flexibility for you to choose from a variety of options as you sort of think about what your plan might be for your future career goals. You can really tailor those 15 credits based on what your goals and hopes are. So if you'd like to sit down with me to talk one-on-one about the courses in the minor that might be a best fit for you, or to talk a little bit more about these courses in particular, what I'm going to do is put my name and contact information in the chat for you. And we're just, again, so thankful that you're here with us. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reister. And next up, we will have Dr. Daryl Chamberlain for Applied Data Science.
All right. Hello, everyone. Very happy to talk after communications because I think this is the other side of that coin. So our Applied Data Science minor is absolutely brand new. We are still in the process of building the courses and rolling it all out for you starting in fall. And really what our courses are about in this entire 5-course sequence is to go from just the massive amounts of data that are out and in the world and transforming it into something that you can communicate with others and make decisions from. That's really what this is all about. And we have, some examples. You've seen pie and bar charts, but maybe you're not familiar with what heat maps are, radar charts. There are so many ways that we can communicate the data around the world and then analyze and think about this data in ways to drive us forward. And this is a really strong complement to the types of very specialized knowledge that you're getting within your bachelor's. And then you can infuse this technology, this data-based way to communicate and describe of everything that's going on and really show your employers a different side and maybe a deeper side of what your major is. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chamberlain. And next up, we have our minor in economics, and I would like to ask Dr. Audra Sherwood to take the floor, please. Dr. Sherwood, there's a little bit of sound feedback.
Is that a bit better?
Yes, that sounds slightly better.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so as I was mentioning before, many of you in your degree programs, you're required to take in micro and macroeconomics or together. But as far as a minor in economics, it takes a very long way. As you can see right here, you're required to take micro and macro plus 5 or 5, which is they're really rigorous courses preparing you for life after school, whether you're going on to get your graduate or your PhD. As far as economics is a complement to any profession, to any degree program. And one thing is that you want to be able to figure out, and the Dean of Arts and Science also mentioned this to everybody as well, the importance of a minor is to be able to differentiate yourself from other candidates in the labor force. By having a minor in economics, for example, you would be able to show your employer that you are abreast of domestic level issues, you understand as far as what's going on with how the consumers think, you actually be an asset to the organization. So we think about as far as how to build out a program, it's all based on student demand. We want to be able to grow a program what students feel to realize the importance. Every time you wake up, you're making an economic decision. Every time that you're making monetary, non-monetary decisions, these are all based on principles and concepts from economics. So I really believe there's a lot of value to a minor in economics as it complements, like I mentioned, just any degree. I'm really excited to be here. I hope everybody else is really excited and you can be able to see as far as what you could do with a minor in economics. Like I said, you can be in any field, any industry. So it's just a really exciting time to be studying economics right now. I'm going to go ahead and type my name and my email address in the chat box as well. And if you would like to talk one-on-one, I'd be more than happy to speak with anyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sherwood, and my apologies for that minor interruption. And then next up, we will have Dr. Joel Billings for the minor in emergency services.
Hello, everyone. I am the program chair for the Bachelor of Science in Emergency Services program here at Embry-Riddle, and I also see the emergency services minor. And that minor provides students in other degree programs with an intermediate background on the integration and management of emergency services. So how fire departments provide services, EMS delivery, aircraft investigation, ARF or aircraft rescue and firefighting, hazardous materials, emergency planning, and wildland urban interface. So the emergency services minors offers students a contrasting view of how humans interact during emergencies. So for example, if you've ever kind of wondered why exterior doors on buildings in the US open outward, or did you know that sleeping with your bedroom door closed at night could possibly save your life in the event of a fire? So we explore those kind of topics in the emergency services minor. It's applicable to students in a variety of programs here at Embry-Riddle and also in their everyday lives. So nearly every job has some type of emergency planning or evacuation plan that you may partake in your job. And our minor is complementary to those activities. So because the functions of emergency services are also very diverse, we are very flexible in you selecting 5 courses that are most interesting to you and your degree program. So here are up on the slideshow the variety of courses that we offer for the emergency services, and you just simply pick 5 that most interest you. If you have any questions about the minor or courses, please reach out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Billings. And then one of my personal favorites, we have environmental science presented by Dr. Emily Faulkner.
Hello. So the environmental science minor is a minor that focuses on interconnectedness between the natural environment and how we interact with it. And as we all know, climate change is something that humanity is facing, and it's going to impact so many things around us, no matter what industry you're in. And so this minor can be a wonderful complement to many different degree programs, because so many career paths are going to be impacted in the coming years and decades and beyond. And so in this minor, we focus on systems thinking. It's truly interdisciplinary. We draw in not just expertise from different science disciplines, but truly with an eye on sustainability. One of my favorite things about this minor is that it is focused on essential learning. So that can be service learning, or it can be research focused, whichever path you're interested in, but it can give you some real hands-on experience working with environmental science and how it relates to you, your life, and your career. There are some key skills that we built. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure.
There you are.
I'm not quite sure where I went, and I'm not quite sure where you guys left off hearing me. So,
No worries. Real world experience. I think you were touching base on that, so you can kind of move forward from there.
okay. So yes, experiential learning, whether it's service learning or research based, you can gain some of that hands-on experience working with how environmental science relates to you, your career, your life. And also it really relies heavily on some of our general education competencies, specifically critical thinking, information literacy, and collaboration. It's a 15 credit minor, and there's a lot of flexibility with it to kind of build your own path. So I would love to talk with anyone interested in learning more about the environmental science minor. You can always email me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Falconer. And if you want to go ahead and put your email into the chat, if you haven't already, just in case there are some students who are interested, because I know the Wi-Fi was a little shaky there. But thank you so much. Next up, I would like to have Dr. Jihan Aidner for the minor in Homeland Security.
Hi, everyone. Minor in Homeland Security provides fundamental information in security studies, disasters, emergencies. And in this minor, we have a total 15 credits, and we have 3 required courses. And these courses are introduction courses to Homeland Security, industrial security, and also information security. Our minor students also can take 2 more courses listed based on their tracks. If they are interested in emergency management, they can take the fundamentals of emergency management. Also, we have 3 more Homeland Security courses. These are core courses in Homeland Security program. Also, we have more intelligence and terrorism-based courses in our selected courses list. This program, Homeland Security program, is one of the first in the nation. And we would like to have more students in our minors. If you have any questions, I'm typing my email to chat box. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aidner. Absolutely appreciate you. And then, of course, we're going to round it right back to Dr. Bordeaux for HSTEM.
So Humanistic STEM, Steve Jobs famously said, "It is in Apple's DNA that technology alone is not enough. It's technology married with liberal arts, married with the humanities that yields us the results that make our hearts sing. That is the guiding force behind Humanistic STEM, which is a nice blend of your technical expertise and humanities ways of knowing and methods of inquiry. Do you want to show your employers that you think differently? This is a great minor to show employers that you think differently, that you not only have those tech skills, but you have the other things that employers are saying that they want, such as great communication skills, critical thinking skills, creative problem solving skills, and other things like that. So these courses in HSTEM were really co-created in a lot of ways by STEM faculty and humanities faculty to respect the expertise in each of those meta disciplines. And it's between 15 and 18-hour minor, and I'll tell you why there's a between 15 and 18 hours. You do the 2 required courses, Humanities 333, How Fiction, Film, and Popular Culture Represent Science and Mathematics, and our course on the Psychology of Creativity and Innovation. And then you can take 3 HSTEM courses, such as History of Communication Technologies and the other courses you see there, which are full-blown HSTEM courses. In fact, we've added a couple more. History 130 is now an HSTEM course. Or you can substitute 2 infusion courses. And what we mean by infusion courses is the courses listed here, and we're going to be adding even more courses to this list, are courses that have HSTEM assignments or blends in the class somewhere of humanities STEM assignments. And so you can substitute 2 of those for one of the, so that's what creates the 15 to 18 hours. Again, this is a great way to show employers, hey, I think a little bit differently than everyone else who's applying for this job. I have that creativity as well as that technical expertise. And I'll put my name in the chat, and I would love to talk to you about the HSTEM minor.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Bordeaux. All right. And then I would like to have Dr. Donna Roberts presenting on behalf of Industrial and Organizational Psychology.
Hi, everybody. Happy to see you here at our Minor Fest. Industrial organizational psychology is one of the fastest growing and most popular subfields in psychology right now. And I think that's because it has such a broad applicability across industry. And it really focuses on human performance in the workplace environment and the application of basic psychological principles to organizations. So if you see here on the slide, looks complex, but it's actually uniquely designed so that it is applicable to students who have diverse interests or in different degree programs. So it's also a 15-hour minor, and you choose your top 3 courses. Your 9 credit hours are the core courses: the industrial organizational psychology, the group and team behavior, and then you have a choice between social psychology or personality development. At that point, you have the choice between to select 2 of the elective courses for this minor, and they can be in these areas you see here. So depending on your degree program, these courses focus on the application of psychological principles to some extent in each of these different disciplines. So it has a broad base appeal here so that you can apply this in any industry and in any degree program here. Just some of the things that would be relevant to Embry-Riddle students with respect to IO Psych is, understanding skills and selection for operators for unmanned aerial vehicles, or training effective leaders and improving team communication and performance, developing assessments and systems, managing employee performance, designing and implementing workplace well-being and stress management programs, understanding factors related to employee engagement, motivation, and safety. So those are just some examples of how you would apply some of this in different disciplines. I'll also put my email in the chat so that you can contact me about this. And with respect to these additional courses, these elective courses, it's also a growing list as different departments and different colleges put in new programs, new courses in their programs. This list can expand as well. So stay tuned and keep watch on this, a very popular and growing minor program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roberts. Very, very informative. And let's see. All right, and then this is one that I personally want to pursue, so I'm excited to learn more about it. International Relations with Dr. Shelley Weisenhant.
Thanks, Brianna. That's interesting to know. Everyone, I'm here today to introduce you to the minor in international relations. And in looking at our degree list for Embry-Riddle worldwide, I honestly do not see a degree program that this minor could potentially not be included in. If you have any interest at all, or even any foreseeing of interest in working for a corporation that has international connections, globally driven missions, this particular minor could be very valuable. The minor includes 2 required courses. We are an aviation-driven university, so one of the required courses is the history of aviation in America. Definitely in the aviation world, there's a lot of potential for crossing international borders. We also cover current issues in America as a core required course for this particular minor to, obviously having, relevance in the current issues is important. And then you have a choice of 3 different courses depending on your specific interests, covering international studies, foreign policy, inter-American relations, globalization and world politics, or world culture. This particular minor could apply to any particular degree program in your personal interest if you plan to pursue work for a corporation that is internationally connected. I'll put my email in the chat box if anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Weisenhant, and I'll definitely keep that in mind. And so we'll be seeing 2 familiar faces that already have presented, but I would like to go ahead and ask Dr. Daryl Chamberlain once again to go ahead and present on behalf of the mathematics minor.
All right, hello again. So this time talking about a little bit more technical, the math minor. If you're already through the calc sequence, or maybe you're through calc 1 and 2, I think you would find it really interesting to push through, finish out our 5 courses, and kind of look at how we can model the world with some more complicated equations than maybe just linear or exponential, some of these scary words that are thrown around all the time. And I have some examples on here of like a vector map, where this is a differential equation, where the variables are these really weird things that aren't things that you might be familiar with. Or if you're trying to balance all of these different forces on a plane, balance your lift and gravity and all of these things, this is a system of equations. And we really dig into this in some of the later courses in our differential equations and linear algebra courses. So if you're interested in really digging into the mathematics about what's going on in some of these fairly complicated systems, then I think you should look into the math minor. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again, Dr. Chamberlain. And of course, I would like to ask Dr. Donna Roberts for the military science minor.
Hi again. You might see a familiar structure here. This is another one of our degrees that offers a lot of our minors that offers a lot of choice for electives to apply to this minor. So this is the military science minor, designed to give students interested in military history, leadership, and security without the requirement of ROTC. Oftentimes you see a military science that is connected to ROTC. This is a strict education, strict academic minor in the traditional sense. It's a great addition to any major, of course, for students. If you plan on serving in the military, or if you have served in the military, or you wish to work in a field adjacent to the military, this is a great minor to add on there. Again, a 15-hour minor. And the top courses are those that are required, your core courses, selected topics in U.S. military history, Introduction to Homeland Security, and a Principles of Management course. And then again, like with the IO Psych minor, you have the choice of these other this wide variety of courses in different areas, depending on your interests and or your major programs. Lots of flexibility here, and lots of, again, applicability across many industries. So once again, I'll leave my name in the chat, and please contact me if you have any questions or any interest in this minor.
Thank you so much again, Dr. Roberts. All right, and then last but not least, our military studies minor. Please take it away, Dr. Bobby McMasters.
Thank you, Brianna. Military studies allows current or former United States military members with a joint services transcript, American Council of Education accredited courses to transfer, and that's the key, to transfer up to 21 credit hours of previously earned academic credit to an Embry-Riddle interdisciplinary studies degree. That's the key. The previous transfer credit for what you have done in the service counts again toward your interdisciplinary studies degree. This makes military studies unique to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and to worldwide. What students are doing is combining military studies with another field, engineering science, Homeland Security, emergency services, aeronautics, because in the interdisciplinary studies degree, along with the military studies minor, you can customize your degree program to meet your specific needs, desires, or goals, plus your employers. That's what makes military studies unique. Transfer credit for work and studies you have already done in the service. Bree?
Thank you so much, Dr. McMasters. Always appreciate you. Well, we pretty much did it, you guys. We went through all of our 12 minors, and I'm very excited that you guys were all here to be able to join us and just listen in to see if anything interested you. A huge thank you to all of our incredible students and faculty who have joined us today. So if you do see the QR code, again, go ahead and scan that now. It'll upload to our college catalog. You'll be able to see more information on those programs that we had gone over today very briefly. And then again, if you would like to contact your advisor, I did kind of throw that information over to the right-hand side. So it will be on Ernie under the advisor tab. And if you go to my advisor on your account, you'll be able to email the email that is listed below, and your advisor will promptly respond. Also, the other QR code that is right above, that is to our actual homepage. So definitely go ahead and follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. We do post daily. And if you're on your mobile phone, you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, you'll find everything. And then if you're on your computer, it'll be to the right side of the page. So, however, while you guys are scanning those QR codes, we'll go ahead and take questions.
Brianna, real quick, I am following the chat, and there are actually, if Sophia, I know Sophia is now a graduate advisor, but she has strong previous experience in Sophia Berry in undergraduate advising. And Sophia, if you have a chance and are comfortable, we have 2 advising questions here, and I would rather, give them, provide at least a tentative answer right now, rather than saying just, call advising. So the question number 1 is from Daniel Sanchez, and he wants to know, if I have taken a course that is one of the minors that interest me, will it count towards the major and the minor in terms of credits as well? So that's the question number 1. And then question number 2, do you need to line up your minor program with your major path and your major graduation date? So Sophia, if you have a chance, that would be great if you could provide an indicative answer at least. to those two
Certainly.
questions.
Yeah. So for the first one, if it is a minor that fits within the degree program, it would count both towards the degree program and the minor. It just depends, on which minor it's being selected. If it's something that's completely outside of that degree program requirements, then of course if they take the course for the minor, then it'll be in addition to those classes. So it depends on which minor that is selected. And students can take multiple minors. I see that there is another question there, and I'm just going to kind of answer them all together, I guess. And minors do have to be declared prior to graduation, because another student's asking, can you start a minor after you've graduated? Unfortunately, no, you cannot. So you have to remember that you have to look at what your degree program is. If you're trying to do that in sync with it, if the classes line up, then they can count. You can do multiple minors, but keep in mind that those might be outside of the 120 or 125, depending on which program that you select. Hope that helps.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barry, for letting me call you and provide these immediate responses. That's very important. Thank you. And sorry, Brianna, back over to you.
Oh, no worries. I'm happy we're able to get those questions answered. So just kind of going through. Let's see. So any minor program classes must be completed before graduating your bachelor's. Was that already answered?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Beverly. And thank you to those who are answering the questions in the chat. I appreciate it.
Oh, and then also to add, although that's a little bit of a different question, but JT provided a great answer there. The option for someone who has graduated might be to go for a master's in the field of interest. We also have graduate certificates, not in every field, but in some fields. So if you just, graduate and found out I'm interested in that and can I get some academic credentials, there are no graduate minors, but a graduate certificate is, depending on the certificate, 12, 15 graduate studies, graduate credits long. So you can earn it. And you do not have to complete a full degree. Again, a graduate certificate is not offered in every field, but you could do it to add some qualification on top of your undergraduate major and minor, on top of your undergraduate qualification and training, and doing less than, go into graduate school for an full academic degree. But the good news is about a certificate, then if you become really interested and want to continue to earn a master's degree, those certificate credits they will transfer into your master's degree program. They will count towards your degree. So also if you want to test out after completing your successful undergraduate career, if a graduate career is the right thing for you and want to add a little bit of academic credential beyond the undergraduate qualification, that is a great to your record and your experience, you could explore graduate certificates that are also, among other things, offered online. So that would be something to consider. And Sophia Berry is also the right person to talk to, because currently she serves as a graduate advisor in our college. So just to let you know.
All right, perfect. And then and I know Daniel had asked, and thank you, Sabrina, for responding, but if Sophia, if you could kind of touch base on that. He asked, if I have selected a minor already, can I change it if one of the minors presented today is more interesting to me? And how would he go about that process?
Certainly. So yes, I concur fully with Sabrina. Students can change a minor if they decide to do so, again, prior to graduation. And the best way to go about doing that is to discuss it with your advisor. You'll certainly want to take a look at what that would mean for your graduation timeline. But then if you decide to move forward with it, your advisor can assist with requesting that change and having your official advising report, or referred to as your degree plan, having that be updated with the registrar, so it'll reflect the addition of that minor and the removal of the other one. Or if you're looking at doing a second minor, depending on what your interests are, that would be the best way to proceed with making any changes or additions to your program.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sophia. Much appreciated. And hopefully that answers your question, Daniel. Perfect. And does anyone have any more questions? I'll kind of give the chat a few more minutes. And also feel free to unmute your mics if that's a little bit easier, if you would like to ask a question versus putting it in the chat. Oh, thank you so much. We're so happy that you could join us. Absolutely. Thank you. That's exactly what we wanted. Alrighty. So, since there are no further questions, and most of them have been addressed, I do want to thank our students once again for joining us, and we're very happy that everyone was able to learn so much about our fantastic minor programs that we have available. Once again, definitely contact your advisors if anything that you heard today interested you. We definitely look forward to you joining us, hopefully in the near future. And thank you again to our amazing faculty for doing such amazing presentations. And thank you, Sophia, for taking the time to join us today. So with that, I'll go ahead and bid goodbye to everybody and have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend as well. Bye.